This episode is brought to you by Zen Aesthetics in Pereira Construction. At Zen Aesthetics in Oak Harbor, experienced esthetician Adrienne Hawkins goes beyond skincare. She nurtures your soul while rejuvenating your skin. Book your appointment today and find your Zen. Visit Zen Aesthetics on Instagram because self-care isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. And a big shout out to Pereira Construction, building strong foundations, beautiful spaces, and a better Whidbey one project at a time. Transfer your home with Pereira Island Construction, where owners Mike and Susanna Pereira bring over 30 years of experience to every project. No upfront payments, you pay only when the job is complete and you're satisfied. Contact Mike for a free consultation and visit Pereira Island Construction to learn more. That's Pereira, Pereira, islandconstruction.com. Pereira Island Construction, building trust with quality work. Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Local Whidbey, where we spotlight the people, businesses, and creativity that make Whidbey Island the special place we love to call home. Today we are buzzing into the vibrant world of all-around queen bee, Misty Ellis, owner, stylist, and educator of the Hive Salon, where style, community, and self-expression come together in the most fabulous way. My interest in Misty as an Audacious Islander goes beyond the fact that I am a client of hers, find her to be interesting and impressed by how much she gives back to the Oak Harbor community. She has lived in different parts of the world and doesn't let living in a small community limit her access to bringing her clients the best. She literally goes to London every year for the top of the industry hair and product show. I wish she needed a tag-along to carry her bags. Anything, I'm so there. Misty's passion for creating beauty goes beyond haircuts and color. It's about empowering every client to feel confident, radiant, and unapologetically themselves. With an emphasis on connection and care, Misty has cultivated a space where everyone who walks through the door feels like part of the family. From stunning transformations to small, thoughtful touches, Misty and her team have built the Hive Salon into more than just a business. It's a hub of creativity and community right here on Whidbey Island. Today we'll hear Misty's story, how she has built her business over the years, her philosophy on beauty and self-care, and her passion for educating and training stylists. If you've noticed, today I changed the intro music. It is an ode to Misty, and you'll find out why later in the interview. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be inspired. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why the Hive Salon is such a beloved part of Whidbey community. Hey, Misty. Thank you for letting me interview you.
Thanks so much for having me.
So, I know you're a little nervous, but I think you're going to have a great time. And when everyone hears your story and your enthusiasm about what you do, I think that you won't be nervous anymore.
All right, I'm so excited. Let's go.
Okay. So, full disclosure to all the listeners, I am a client of yours, and you never asked me to interview. I just knew you had to be a guest on my podcast. The Hive Salon has been in my beauty bubble since I arrived in 2020. So
Thank
can you believe that? In May, it'll be 5 years.
So long.
Yes, so long. Tell a listener what brought you to Whidbey Island.
Well, I am an East Coaster, and I was actually living in Naples, Italy, the most populated, huge city in southern Italy, and my husband got a job on Whidbey Island. So we left this huge city, this vibrant, loud, fast city, and we've moved to Whidbey Island.
Well, and also that's across the pond. I mean,
yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So it was a big change.
Had you lived anywhere this small before?
No, I had not.
You had not.
And I'd never been to the West Coast. I had traveled to California, but I've never lived on the West Coast.
Yeah, this is my first time to live in a small town as well.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. I know you know what I mean by origin stories. So tell the listener a little bit about your background. Weren't you in a military family?
Yes. Military brat. Husband ended up joining the military, did a full career in that, traveled all over the world, lived in many places, and we've retired here.
Oh, so you're retired.
Well, he's retired. He's retired, yeah.
So where is one of the most interesting places that you've lived? And maybe name a few, because I think you've lived a lot of places.
I have. As a kid, I lived in England for a few years, and I went back as an adult and lived there. And I always gravitate. I always go back there. I feel like I have a lot of history there, and I understand that culture. Went to school there. So yeah, I always go back there, and I just love it.
What branch of the military was your husband in?
Navy.
Navy. Okay, that's why he came to Whidbey Island. Duh, Margaret. What did you love about Naples?
You know, it's a big contrast to anywhere I have ever been or visited. It's massive, it's loud, it's old, it's stacked, it's built on top of each other, layer after layer. History. The people are really fantastic people. It's a lawless land. And there is a saying that when you arrive in Napoli, you will cry because it's just so much to absorb. Yeah. It's incredible.
Wow.
Everything is on steroids. And if you can get past that, which takes time, when you leave, you will cry for a different reason. Because you end up falling in love with the people and the food and the weather and the color and the art and the history. And that was me.
Yeah. Well, and it also speaks to your personality that you absorbed and loved all of that too.
Yes.
So that brings me to what brought you into the beauty business.
You know, I always knew that I was going to do this. When I was a little girl and malls were a thing, I loved the mall. I could not wait to get into these department stores and look at these makeup ladies and these perfume ladies. And I can remember being just a little girl, 5, 6, 7 years old and thinking, oh my God, you're the most beautiful thing that's ever taken a breath. And I want to be just like you. And being a kid and walking past a salon, I would stand there and I would look at those people and they were just the most fashionable, artistic, creative, detail-oriented people. And I just loved it.
Wow. And so did you start beauty school overseas or did you?
No, I did it here. I did it here in the U.S., but I have done here in England, Italy, Virginia, Washington. So yeah, I'm all over the place.
I hope you don't mind me asking this, but how long have you been in the beauty business?
So I know that I look 25 years old.
Of course.
But I've been doing this going on 31 years.
Yeah. So one of the things that I absolutely love about you, and maybe this is something I always have seen from being in a big city, is the constant education for the things that are coming out and that are new and that are healthier and that speak to your ability to provide the best that you can for your clients here. And so what has inspired you being in this small area? Because you don't have to do that, mainly because people don't stay up on that here like they do in the big cities.
Right.
So can you speak to that a little bit of why that's important to you?
It is important. It is very important. And my personal life, if I'm going to have something, I want it to be good. I want it to be quality. And I feel that if I'm going to work in an industry and work with fellow professionals and so many people visiting us, it's so important that we have these good quality products, good quality, eco-friendly, vegan, cruelty-free is very, very important to me. And you can also add that word luxury into it. But the word luxury can scare some people away because the fact is we can have these really great things, no harm to animals, essential oils, luxury, concentration, and it not always be on a luxury price.
Right.
So we can cater this to so many people. Everyone can partake in these good things.
Well, I also think that some people really feel, and it is accurate in some cases, where they're paying for the brand name, not really for the content in the bottle.
Exactly.
So I think that's a good thing that you're looking at ingredients so much.
Yeah. Right.
Well, the first time that you ever went over to London for hair shows, when you told me you were going there when I was here getting my hair done, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool that she's doing that. And who is she bringing that out to? Well, I figured it out from following you on Instagram. You're educating the public is what you're doing. It's whoever's going to follow you. That's correct, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I'm not in the hair industry, but I sure do like to be a fly on the wall. Watching and looking at all that you do. It's very interesting. So one of the things I wanted to ask you as an entrepreneur is what has been a rewarding moment for you, or the most rewarding thing that you consistently see that feeds you?
So I always say that I've been doing this for so long now. I'm not doing this anymore, because maybe ego or youth or a fearlessness or anything that we do maybe, in our early 20s or 30s or whatever. I've been doing this so long, it's just what I do. And because I've been in it for so long, to me personally, I feel that it's time that I give back. It's not about me anymore, but I have a lot of information stored in here. And if I can give that back to the people in my industry, that feels really good. And whenever I have a young stylist come to me, or maybe it's a military spouse that's moved here, I understand that lifestyle of moving every 3 or 4 years and starting over and over and over. Or maybe you're that new stylist and you're coming to this island with nothing and knowing no one. But when they come to me and I take those first 6 months and really invest in them, I'm watching them, I'm studying them, I'm talking to them, I'm helping them, doing all that mentorship. And when I see them flourish, and the majority of them do, to sit back after that 6 months, and see what they've become and what they've done and built up their books and that confidence, and they've made friends. And oh my God, that's
the reward.
That is just, I just love that. Yeah. I love that more than anything.
Yeah. Really. That's good. I like to hear that. We'll ask a question in a minute about mentorship, and you're providing that. Like if I was interviewing them, and that's got to be rewarding in itself that they would say that about you. Yeah. I like that. It's like legacy building. If you believe in that.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you feel your business reflects the community, or just how do you support the community with your business?
So this is very important to me. I'm a big supporter, and I have strong beliefs on things. We've done so much, so much here at the Hive with the professionals that work here and the clients that come in. These people support us. It just blows my mind away. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled. Every year we do a food drive. This last holiday season, we had the biggest one ever, and I just could not believe the outpour of stuff that came through our door. I mean, it was just amazing. We have done all sorts of things. When the wildfires in Australia happened a few years ago, we adopted a koala who had been burnt. And we picked this one because her name was Blondie.
Oh, cute.
Right. And we did a whole campaign on Blondie, and our clients donated their hard-earned money, and we sent that money to pay for Blondie's medical expenses.
Oh my gosh.
We have sent money at the beginning of the Ukraine invasion to help families escape into Poland. We have sent money to the Ukraine to a children's charity to help children stuck in the Ukraine suffering from mental health. We do a lot.
Yeah.
We have sponsored the high school band multiple years in a row. So these are important things to get back to our community. And because our community is so small, when we do these things, we know a lot of these people that, we know the kids at the high school. Right. Why would we not do something when they need?
Right.
When they're asking us to help them.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I have seen a lot of the things, of course, that you have supported. And they're all different kinds of things. It's kind of cool that you're not stuck on one thing. Like, we only support this,
Right.
So that leads me to talking about support. What is the best advice or wise advice you can give someone that's starting out in the beauty business?
This this is very close to my heart. It's very important that you get around people who are there to support you, who want to see your growth, want to help educate you and guide you, because there are so many good salons out there that do that, right? Elders in our industry that really want to nurture. And, once in a while you do come across a place maybe where you're just a number.
Yeah.
And that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody to thrive in this, right?
Yeah. So I remember, and I know you'll remember this back in the day, I don't know if they do it anymore, but when after college and I first moved to Houston with my first job, I went to, it was one of the national franchises, and you paid based on the seniority. So you could have a beginner person, and then you could have a senior person, and their price was way down here, up here, and the other was way down there. But I found that every time I went back in there, there was a huge turnover in that type of thing. So you know what I'm talking about when they do that? And so I would find out every time where my person went. Well, do you know where they went? And, it depends on who you ask. The people at the front desk wouldn't tell you, but another stylist would tell you where they went. And I remember I followed this one guy around for over 5 years. In a bigger city, they do tend to hop.
Right.
So, yeah, it's nice knowing when you come here that you pretty much have you have people who stay with you.
Yes.
Which that's great.
Yes. I think it's very important that you can make a lot of money in this industry if you are consistent and you are working for someone who believes in you and wants you to have a good life, right? So it's important to me that the people that work under this roof, it's a safe place, that they're absolutely making a living wage, that they're able to build these relationships with their clients. And maybe the first couple of times you do someone's hair or nails or skin, you don't really know them, but you're doing such a good job. You're becoming this artisan. You're the crafter behind your chair, regardless of what you're doing. And people notice that. And people want to come back to that because you're getting, again, that quality, right? So it doesn't matter if you're in my chair and I've been doing this for, a little while, or you're in one of our younger stylist chairs, that consistency. And trying to always do better than you did yesterday, improving, that's only going to set people up, for success.
So how do you think that the local culture influences your business or your services, or are you trying to bring culture here?
Oh my God.
Change that up on you.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now that you say that, I would almost say 50-50. Like, we have locals that have been here for a long time. We have a huge military community that's coming in from all over. We have a lot of people from other countries here. Everyone has something to offer. And I just want to offer good things to our clients. I want them to take home, maybe I'm at a hair show in London and I've seen something and I've brought it back. I want my ladies to take it home. I want them to have it, because when they come to me, I want to say, hey, what did you think about that? What did you do? You know what I mean? So maybe I am trying to push my view. But this community has taught me a lot, doing hair here and meeting people. I'm not from here, like I had said earlier. So, I've learned, even though we're Americans, we are different.
Yeah, that's true. So this next question, I kind of was thinking the movie Still Magnolias. How you come to the beauty shop, the salon, and that's your bubble. It's where you can talk, community talk, and the whole thing. So this next question was, what have you learned about your clients in that respect?
I have some amazing people that sit in my chair. And there are people that come into the salon that have never sat in my chair, and I absolutely think they are the bee's knees, right? So I think what surprises me the most in this era of my life here on Whidbey Island doing hair is I've done hair the longest here than anywhere.
Oh.
So the relationship that I've been able to build with my clients here, I have some long relationships. And I'm so surprised at how they speak with me, the things that they tell me, their secrets, their fears, their happy times, what's stressing them out, that's an honor for me to have.
Right.
And that surprises me that people think of me, know me that well, that they could tell me these things, right?
Yeah, and that touching your hair is so intimate.
Yes,
I know.
It really
right,
is.
Right. So I don't want you to tell on yourself unless it's funny, but I was thinking about, I wonder what kind of funny things have gone on and there are any stories. And you were saying to me, well, most people wouldn't think that's funny, but you never know. I mean, people love to hear stories of things that happen in any kind of business that are funny.
So yeah, that's a fine line for us to walk, because we can't mess up. We can't do stupid things, right? Because but do we pull the wrong color? Did somebody put the wrong tube of color in the wrong box and we mixed it?
Right.
Absolutely. Right. Does the client find that funny? No. Chances are we in the back room laughing and also going, oh my God, who did this? Right. And it never fails as well. At least once every 6 months, each of us take our turn and lose control of the hose at the shampoo bowl.
Right.
And it does spray quite far. And so there could be multiple people wet. But the funny thing is it's usually not the person that is shampooing the hair that gets wet, because we kind of stay dry.
Right.
So we're laughing on the inside. And also while drying off everyone.
Well, in the movies, they show people if say there's a hair salon in the movie and where someone turned the chair around, and even though they asked for that haircut, it wasn't what they were thinking. And even though the hairstylist probably said, your hair is your frame. This is what was said to me. Your hair is your frame to your face. And I don't think that your face will support this frame.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh God.
Well, listen to you. You're the professional.
Right. Oh.
Okay. So if you had any celebrity, even it doesn't matter who it is, that endorsed your business and said, I went to the Hive and I just love Misty. I just love this person. If you want to get your hair done, you should go. Who would that be?
So my person would be Robert Smith of The Cure. He has been with me for a very, very, very long time through most of the chapters in my life.
Wow.
And I think he would be proud of me.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I know him. He obviously doesn't know me, but I think he would be proud of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Who or what has been the most significant influence on your life and why? And it also can be, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be something else that happened in your life or whatever.
I think travel, I live for that. I live for meeting new people, new cultures, new food, new languages, fashion. Oh my God. Anything to do in the beauty industry. I work now to travel. That is my priority.
That's your why.
Yeah, that is why I do what I do at this point.
Yeah.
And I just love it. The world is too small.
Yeah.
There's too many places to see, and we can do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with you 100%. So let's talk about Whidbey Island and living here. What do you love most about living here?
What do I love most about living here? It is very beautiful. Mm-hmm. It is very beautiful. There's no place like it.
Right.
The people are kind, and I've had a lot of supportive people around me.
Right.
Yeah.
Good answer. So do you have any hidden gems or secret spots that you like to go that you want to tell?
Absolutely. It's not a secret, but it's one of my favorite places here on the island, and it is Bayview, down on the south of the island. Yeah. I love running down there on a weekend. I swear to God, they have the best cappuccino outside of Naples. On Whidbey Island. And, I'm a vegetarian, so they always have great fresh options. So I'll get a, coffee, a little snack. I can buy a gift, and I can get a plant.
So you're talking about their cafe?
Their cafe, yeah.
Yeah, I have this little thing I do that when I'm coming back from the mainland onto the island, I'm like, oh, well, I need to stop at the cafe.
Yeah.
Because it's really good food.
Yes.
And then I get to mosey around the plants and look at all the things. And that's one of my go-to places. If we're going to pass it, we have to stop if we're not in a hurry.
That's right. Yes.
I agree with you. So how do you hope that this community will grow or evolve in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh my God. There is so much potential here. And I realize that we are limited on space. I realize that we're an island. It's very beautiful, and we need to preserve a lot of things, nature, keep our waterways clean. This is something that I really believe in. It's multifaceted. I believe that, and I think my perspective from living overseas for so long, when we have these little villages overseas, the bigger department stores, grocery stores, whatever it may be, clothing shops, whatever, will build tiny stores for the villages. So you don't have to drive to the next city, the biggest city, to get what you need, but there's these little hubs dotted around. And I think that we're seeing these types of things start to pop up here in America, which is great because we don't need a huge building everywhere.
Right.
And I realize we have views, and I think we could do that. And I think that we need to preserve the good history here and get rid of a lot of the stuff that is just not in good condition, right? So we need to preserve, build smaller homes, smaller neighborhoods, smaller footprints, because we've got to think about this thing about the young people. We have fantastic schools here, and these kids are going off, and they're never coming back. And why are they not coming back? Because there's nothing here for them.
Right.
So we have to draw our young people here so that they're proud to come back home and open their business or work in a good business. And I think that that's very important. Why are we taking our money off island? Why are we losing our brilliant children to other communities?
Right.
So, we got to find that balance of how can people live here and have what they need while keeping it small and supporting the good quality mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
We want them to thrive.
Absolutely.
That is the heartbeat of our community. But if we have these small hubs of little places, I think that we should. I think that we deserve that.
Well, you would be, might be interested to know that everyone I've interviewed so far is exactly what they've said. So it's definitely a pattern of concern for sure about making sure that young people can come back here. They can raise their families here and have an affordable place to live.
Right.
And maybe people don't need a house on 10 acres, just for themselves to come out in the summer.
Exactly.
And so, I find that to be a very consistent opinion.
Yeah.
So far, for sure.
Yes.
So are there any lessons that you feel the community has taught you?
Any lessons the community has taught me? I think that it has taught me, I'm a go person. I have to be moving. I have to be doing things. There has to be a plan. We've got to do this and do this and do this and do this. That's my whole life. It always has been. That's just how I work. But moving here has forced me to slow down, and I fight it every day. But it's okay to sit down and relax It's okay to rest. Just do it. I'm still learning. I'm probably never going to perfect that. But it's taught me some things.
Yeah, I would have to say since moving here is probably the most slowed down I've ever been.
Yeah.
But I think it's part of our DNA that we have to be going or doing. And because for me, I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything.
Right.
But mother time, everyone says father time. Mother time.
I love that.
Kind of tends to make us slow down.
Right.
Because, we get tired easier and things like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I get it. I get that. So why don't you tell the listener where they can find you online and in Oak Harbor?
So we have a salon and a spa. Both of them are on Midway Boulevard, 285 Midway Boulevard and 239 Midway Boulevard. And then you can find us on Instagram at The Hive Salon Co.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so that's your main social media?
It is.
Yes. Okay, great. Well, I really appreciate you spending time with me today. I've really enjoyed it. And you're not nervous anymore, are you?
No, I'm
You're
not.
Very relaxed.
No, thank you so much.
You're about to fall asleep. Thanks, Misty.
No, thank you.
That's a wrap on another episode of Local Whidbey with Magsy. Whether you're all about island life or just island bound in spirit, I hope you all are Audacious Islanders. Yes, that is a plug for my merch. Thanks for tuning in and celebrating the people, places, and magic that make Whidbey Island so special. Don't forget to share the love, tell a friend, leave a review if you have something positive to say, and follow along for more stories from our Audacious Island. Until next time, keep it quirky, keep it local, and keep loving Whidbey. Looking to create a life filled with connection, creativity, and a little bit of audacious charm? At withmagsy.com, we bring people together in all the best ways. Join the Supper Club, where food, laughter, and great company make every gathering unforgettable. Tune in to the Local Whidbey with Magsy podcast, celebrating the small businesses and bold dreamers that make up Audacious Islanders and shape Whidbey Island. Transform your home with Spaces, a personalized interior styling service that reflects your style and brings your space to life. Ready to gather, be inspired, and make your space truly yours? Visit withmagsy.com today.